All right, it is the game of the week in week one, Sunday night football. The Baltimore Ravens in Buffalo to take on the Bills. We have four total best bets. Before we get into those, guys, hit that like button right down there. Hit that subscribe button right down there as well. Okay, let's get right into the action. I'm going to go back to the well on a bet that I made many, many times last season. I'm going to hope that it carries over to this season. The bet that I am talking about is the Bills team total set at 25.5. I'm going to go over on this one. So the Bills went over their team total in 9 of 10 home games last season. Josh Allen and the boys, they averaged 33.2 points per game at home, 30 or more points in 8 of 10 games at home. We did see the Bills drop 27 on Baltimore in the divisional round, and I'm not totally sold on this Baltimore defense. Yeah, they're going to show up against the Browns, the Steelers. I think they had a good game against the Giants last season. Not so much when they play really good offenses, though. We saw the Bengals get to over 30 against them twice. We saw Tampa Bay get to 31. So I think Buffalo, I think they're going to go over that number at 25.5. Okay, you have two Lamar props. What's the first one?
I just think MVP versus MVP. And looking back at the numbers, it probably should have been Lamar Jackson getting the MVP, who now, yes, 4,000 pass yards, 40 pass touchdowns, 800 rushing yards. No quarterback's ever done it. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and that's a dangerous thing going on the road, quieting Orchard Park, and that's what I'm expecting him to do. Let's go touchdown. Lamar Jackson, plus 180. Do I really think there's a 90-point difference between Josh Allen's touchdown potential and Lamar Jackson? Not really, not especially in this game. I don't like a lot about that Buffalo defense either. I know they've made some moves, but this is still a poor secondary that's going to have to correct some issues back there outside of Christian Bedford. On the other side here, this is just such a great quarterback, one of the more underrated dog quarterbacks, 10-5 straight up as a dog. That is the best record in the Super Bowl era, minimum 10 starts. And against the spread, Lamar Jackson in his career, 12-2-1 ATS as a dog. I think he shows up. And there was a good video about someone asking him, what do you think about the MVP voting? And he goes, they voted who they voted for. And he didn't seem thrilled about it. So Lamar Jackson is going to ball out Sunday night. And I like Baltimore in this game too.
Ooh, baby. Okay. My favorite prop for this game, I'm going to take Justice Hill to go over his receiving yard total of 17.5. The Buffalo Bills allowed more receiving yards to running backs than any other team in the NFL last season. This includes allowing Justice Hill to go off for a season-high 78 receiving yards in the game last September. Hill is a guy, he's got a very high ceiling in this department. He's reached the 40 receiving yard mark on 5 occasions last season, and he is the pass catcher out of the backfield here for the Ravens, more than double the targets and catches of Derrick Henry. So I expect Hill to be involved in the pass game over 17.5 yards. And this somewhat aligns with your next Lamar prop.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson over 226.5 passing yards on the way up. The blitz projection, 242. You can find those projections on the cover site under NFL projections. Poorest Buffalo defense allowed a staggering 73.2% adjusted completion rate to opposing teams, 7th worst rate in the NFL. I think Lamar Jackson is going to air out some deep, deep balls and pick on this bad secondary. Yes, Christian Bedford's great, but outside of that, Tre'Davious White, who was limited at practice. Sorry, he was DNP at practice on Wednesday with a groin injury. And then you have Taylor Rapp and Cole Bishop, all who rank higher than 75th at their position per PFF. They brought in Jordan Poyer just to show you how bad things actually are. And let's go. Lamar coming off the best season as a passer and the most explosive offense. And let's be honest, I really think, both teams to get 20 points is like minus 140. It's kind of showing you what this is going to be, but I think this is going to be an absolute shootout, as you put out, Joe. And maybe that Baltimore defense isn't as great as we think it is, but Lamar is going to have to pass that ball, and that's a suspect Buffalo secondary.
Okay, should be a fun one on Sunday night. If you're looking for best bets for the Monday night football game, you can find a standalone video for that right here on the Covers YouTube channel. Enjoy the game on Sunday night, and best of luck with your bets.